Namaste students, this is JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I welcome to all of you in my digital class. Students, I have prepared this lecture for BSc B.Ed ZBC second sem, botany paper, diversity of cryptogams. Students, so far we have studied two genera of Pteridophyta, Lycopodium and Selaginella. Today we are going to see third genus of Pteridophyta, that is Equisetum. Okay, so let's start. Equisetum is commonly known as horsetail. Another name is scouring rush. Students, see here another common name which is very important for you people to remember, as I have already emphasized that some of the common names of particular genus you have to remember, because such type of questions they are asking in competitive exams, so don't ignore them. Okay, next is this Equisetum is represented by nearly 30 species which are found all over the world except Australia and New Zealand. Some of the species are found on damp and sandy places, while others grow in marshes, stream banks. Some of the species of Equisetum are xerophytic habitats. Because of this habitat, there is a anatomical and morphological changes in the plant body of Equisetum, which we will see in detail in next couple of slides. In India, some of the important species of Equisetum are Equisetum urbiens, Gabiel, Elongatum, Diffusum, Tubium. Okay. Some of the unique feature of Equisetum are they are used as an indicator of minerals in soil. Okay, they used to absorb those minerals as a chelating agents. Some of them can absorb gold from soil. Another unique feature is deposition of silica are found on the outer wall of epidermal cells that make them more fragile. That's why they are known as horsetail. By the virtue of this property, the plants are often used as a abrasive. Some species are used in Ayurvedic medicine as diuretic. This is a medicinal property of Equisetum. Now, something about the morphology of plant. As you all know that main plant body of pteridophytes are sporophytic. So some of the unique features, the plant body of Equisetum is differentiated into root, stem, leaves. It consists of perennial, prostate, branched and creeping underground rhizome, from which the erect portion, aerial stems are erased. Okay, some of the aerial branches are sterile, whereas others are fertile. The aerial branches are usually thin, vine-like, climbers. Okay, these are the some of the features. Next, stem is represented by either branched or unbranched portions, and they are perennial underground rhizomes. Rhizomes is differentiated into nodes and internodes. Okay, and at each nodes there is a whorl of small scaly leaves. In some species, it may form a sort of rhizome tubers on separation, which germinate into new plants. This is the figure of mature sporophytic plant of Equisetum, as we can see that the whole plant body is differentiated into aerial part and underground. Underground part is rhizotomous, which have nodes and internodes, and from each nodes there is a germination of erosion of roots, whereas the aerial portion is differentiated into nodes and internodes, and from nodes different scaly leaves are there. Sporophytic parts are also represented by strobilus. Okay, so these are the morphological structures of sporophyte. The rhizome or stem bears two types of aerial shoots. We have already explained, vegetative shoot and fertile. The vegetative shoots are usually branched, green, photosynthetic, which can produce food material. The fertile shoots are unbranched. Okay, the number of these branches will equal to number of leaves. There are two types of branches found in Equisetum. One is branches of unlimited growth, which grow throughout the life. Another are branches of limited growth, which have sexual reproductive body at the tip, which stop their growth. Now leaves are very minute, scaly and isophilous. Means all the leaves will be same in morphology. They arise from the whole of the nodes from both underground and above ground parts. They are fused, distinct, sheath around the nodes. Chlorophyll is absent and hence they are non-photosynthetic. Okay, this is another unique feature of Equisetum. The main function of the leaves are to protect the branch at the bud of the nodes. Okay, now roots are underground part. All the roots of Equisetum other than first primary roots embryo adventitious in nature. They are slender, fibrous and arise from either nodes of rhizome or upright branches. Okay, next, now something about internal structure of these structures, stems and roots. What kind of anatomical features, what kind of tissues organized in them. Then anatomy of stem shows both hydrophytic and xerophytic character. As in introduction I have told that some of the species of Equisetum are found in xeric condition. So to survive in those conditions they had to modify their morphological structure according to them. What are those adaptations we'll see later. Right now, anatomy of internodes. So this is the TS of node. Most of the tissues you are familiar. There are two unique features of TS of aerial internode. The surface of the node internode are wavy in structures, means ups and downs. These are known as furrows and ridges. So this structure has two peculiar character, vallicular canal and carinal canal. These are the two unique feature. That's why these are the most important feature of Equisetum for the examination of point of view also. Okay, these vallicular canals are found just below the furrows of the stem. Okay, beneath the furrows there are cyzolysgenous canals. They are known as vallicular canal. These canals are continuous in the internode portion and form distinct aerating system. Okay, apart from that, endodermis is there, that is single layered parenchymatous cell. After that, vascular cylinder is there, that is represented by sphenostele in equisetium. The number of vascular bundle is equal to the number of rhizae. It depends on number of leaves. Okay. Another unique feature of TS of stem is valvular canal. Then some of the unique feature is that in mature bundle there is a protoxylem which disintegrated to form protoxylem lacuna, that is known as carinal canal. So in this way, carinal canal and valvular canal are the most important feature of the TS of stem. Now some of the xerophytic features of equisetum. These are some of them are presence of rhizae and furrows, epidermal cells with silica adaptation, presence of sunken stomata, presence of well developed sclerenchymatous hypodermis, presence of reduced scaly leaves, photosynthetic stems, and well developed vascular cylinder. Okay, so these are some of the xerophytic adaptations of equisetum which help them to survive in such conditions. And this is the TS of node. It has also similar tissue organization. So in this way we have seen some of the morphological, anatomical distribution and other structures of sporophyte of equisetum. Students will see reproduction of equisetum on next term.